Donald Trump so knew about Epstein. This year could be his last. And thank goodness it's Christmas Eve, so I don't have to come up with more Epstein Christmas Carol parodies. I tried It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, but when it comes to the Epstein files, you don't want to know where that took me. Neither does Trump's disgruntled lawyer. Merry Christmas Eve, everybody, and welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. Rocking my holiday shirt here, no less. This holiday season, the Epstein file release is playing out like an advent calendar of its own, revealing teeny little bits in anticipation of something big. And Trump's goons, like Santa's elves, struggle to keep the situation under control as darker bits like letters mentioning Trump's love of young women, or reports of prostitutes at Epstein parties, or Epstein bringing underage women to Mar-a-Lago continue to surface. Here's a rundown.
More than 10,000 new files from the Jeffrey Epstein case have been released by the Justice Department. It includes additional photos, emails, and hundreds of video files. Yesterday, President Trump made his first public remarks since the DOJ started releasing new files last week. Despite the bipartisan calls for their complete release, he claims it's a Democratic attempt to deflect from Republican success.
Today we're building the biggest ships in the world, most powerful ships in the world, and they're asking me questions about Jeffrey Epstein. I thought that was finished. I believe they gave over 100,000 pages of documents, and there is tremendous backlash. It's an interesting question because a lot of people are very angry that pictures are being released of other people that really had nothing to do with Epstein, but they're in a picture with him because he was at a party, and you ruin the reputation of somebody. So a lot of people are very angry that this continues.
CBS News Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane has been pouring through the documents and joins us now from our Washington bureau. I mean, Scott, clearly the president doesn't want to talk about this, but it's almost like the slow drip from the DOJ with these redactions is going to draw out how much we do talk about it. Break down what's in this latest release.
I think you crystallized it perfectly there, Lindsay. This is becoming as much a story and an issue of process as it is about the records. This piecemeal patchwork way of releasing the records is infusing the criticism of the administration and how it's handling matters, that it's not giving all the records at once as it was required to do under the federal law.
For more on those individual stories, see our other videos here on the channel. And if you think Trump is upset, wait until you see his lawyer, who doesn't have the benefit of selective release or redaction. Stick around. That lawyer in question, by the way, is world-famous scumbag Alan Dershowitz, a man known for defending, among others, Mike Tyson, Klaus von Bülow, O.J. Simpson, as well as Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. He was, for the record, heavily involved in getting a non-prosecution agreement for Epstein in 2006 related to Epstein's sex trafficking. He also worked to discredit Epstein's accusers and even faced a defamation lawsuit from one of Epstein's most outspoken victims, Virginia Giuffre. Epstein paid him with a brand new Lexus, among other niceties, so it should come as no big surprise that Dershowitz appears as a client in the Epstein files, having received sex from a multiple occasions. So naturally, he's not having a good week. Appearing on right-wing Lie Factory Newsmax last night, Dershowitz had a full-on meltdown after an Epstein victim, Maria Farmer, said she felt vindicated by the Epstein file release. Even host Greta Van Susteren got uncomfortable.
Professor Emeritus at Harvard Law School, Alan Dershowitz joins me. Nice to see you, sir.
Good. Can I correct something you said? You said that the woman in 2006 who said that
96, wasn't it? But anyway, go ahead.
Was vindicated. She wasn't vindicated. This is Maria. She is a complete and total nut. She believes the Holocaust didn't occur. She thinks Jews control the world. She thinks that all Jews are pedophiles. Of course the FBI didn't believe her in 1996. Nobody would believe her. She's a complete nutcase, except to CNN. CNN has her on every day. Never.
And apparently to me, because I took the bait too. Apparently to me as well.
Maria Farmer, understand. Maria Farmer said she saw me once in Jeffrey Epstein's house before I ever met Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, she sees ghosts. This is a completely non-credible nutcase that nobody should believe. Just because it's in the files doesn't make it true. I'm sure the FBI looked into it and said, oh my God, this woman making a claim, what she said about Jews, what she said about people, of course we're not going to believe her. This is pure McCarthyism, the same thing that happened when I was in college in the 1950s. Accusations, yeah, we'll make accusations, but the same women, the same, what do they call themselves, survivors, who claim that they want transparency for thee, but not for me. They don't want transparency about the women who themselves were procuring young girls for Jeffrey Epstein and getting paid $250. They don't want that kind of transparency. They don't want transparency about women who collected $50,000 having not met Jeffrey Epstein ever in their life. What we want is total transparency. You can't have just the accusations.
Why can't we get total transparency? I mean, I'm all for that too. I mean, because we've now gotten ourselves down. We've got ourselves down the road far enough in this Epstein thing. I mean, why? You know, what's the objection to really full transparency instead of all those blacked out pages?
Is that a lot of these women who call themselves survivors, who call themselves victims, a lot of them were perpetrators, perjurers, liars. Lawyers got rich over this. That doesn't suggest that Epstein didn't do terrible things. There are real victims.
Well, bah humbug to you too, Alan. And no wonder he's so grumpy. He was on Epstein's naughty list. It's worth mentioning at this point that Dershowitz also claims to know the full roster of Epstein's clients, but as you can see there, he's maybe a little less than unbiased. And he continues to reinforce his reputation as a swamp rat lawyer. So the advent clock is ticking down for him too. What did Alan Dershowitz do, and when did he do it? And did Donald Trump participate? We'll keep you updated on all of this and all other stories in American politics as they break. This is Occupy Democrats.